shake it fast, 'cause I like it better. Slow motion.
What's going on YouTube? It's AMICUSTOMS here. I'm going to go over the layout of the whole center console. Just finished the clear coat. Future videos you'll kind of understand what controls what, and I'll do follow-up videos once everything's in, but I wanted to explain everything now. So first off, the little square part here in the middle, in this middle section, it'll have a bezel like this that'll snap down in there. So it'll go right in there, and that's going to house the window switches for driver side, passenger side. The next thing is going to be on this switch like this here. It's just a momentary push button switch. The ring around the outside of the switch comes on blue when the dash lights are on, so you can see where the switch is at night. There'll be one here and one here. That'll do driver side door, passenger side door, so it'll be door poppers that are going to be installed. The next switch is going to be these style here. There's 6 of those along here. These are latching, so when you push them in they lock, so it's on. Like that's off. They are neon blue as well when it comes on. When it's latched down, the light comes on. It's off, it's off. There'll be 6 of those, obviously, right there. The first one over there, that's going to control the wall, so that'll turn the wall off and on. The second one here, that's going to be 2 alternators. Next one here is 2 more alternators, so both those switches on, that'll be all 4 alternators on. Next switch here, that's going to be amp temperature in the driver side section where the 2 4Ks are at to monitor temperature on those monoblock amps. And the next one here will be amp temperature in the door, because there'll be 2 4-channel amps in the door that'll get pretty hot, so I want to be able to have an idea how hot they're getting when I'm demoing. And the last switch here will be fans that I can turn on to get the temperature down on the amps. The next set of holes here is these 3 right here behind the window switches and door poppers. Those are for these base controller knobs. Look like this, and these run through a line driver made by JL. It's called a CL-RLC, and this controls pre-out voltage through RCAs from 0 to 7.5 volts. So I have 3 of those, and how that's going to work is the first one here will control the wall, the middle one here will control all the mids, and the end one here will control all the super tweets. There's 10 mids that'll be in the truck when it's all finished, and 14 super tweets that'll be in the truck when it's all finished. On this console, the top hole here is a SoundQubed super tweet. Like here, these billet super tweets, they get pretty loud. And then down below here is a 6.5 Pro mid by SoundQubed, and it's the same thing on both sides of the console. One thing I want to show you, 'cause I just can't get over it, is, man, look at that paint job. Okay. Next thing, gotta give a shout out to Tony from CE Auto Electric Supply. He's a great guy. Can supply you with all your electronic needs that you need for cabling and big 3 connections, fusing, any kind of grounding solutions you need, anything. So I turned to him to get for the console, because there are all these switches. There's a lot of electronics in this console. So one thing I got off him is this fuse block, where it takes a main power in, makes this whole entire block hot, and I can fuse each thing all the way down with standard fuses. And then run each accessory off to run all my relays. So I got a good solid power source that's fused. And then for grounding, he has this with this boot, and it's got a main ground stud with all these grounding locations, because all those relays have to be grounded, all those switches have to be grounded. So because they have those LED lights, so they got to have a ground on them. So that way it keeps everything nice, neat, and makes it easy to remove. I only have one cable I got to take off, one cable here I got to take off, and I can pull the console out. Last thing is the gauges. That's what these 5 holes are here. They're Dakota Digital Ion series gauges. The top one up here will be system voltage. That'll be on all the time. This is one set of alternators and that second set of alternators, so those will be activated only when the switches down here are on. And then these 2 here, amp temp and amp temp. And here's what one of the gauges look like. So you can see amp temp. These come on neon blue also, so should look pretty good. That nice chrome finish in there with that carbon flash black. So and the last thing is this big cutout here that everyone's asking about. If I messed up or didn't cut it straight, and the console is actually contoured towards the driver, so it's purposely cut at an angle like that. It slants directly towards me, so it's my viewing angle, because I'm really the only person that needs to monitor voltage, amp, temperature, those kind of things. So this cutout here is for cup holders. So I'm using the factory cup holder piece. And the only other thing that I could talk about is the lid for the back cubby, which a nice little thing I did on it was the lock piece. Man, look at that reflection too. The lock piece is completely recessed in and flat. So the lock mechanism here, this is the tumbler set for the lock. It's just a cabinet lock is all it is, nothing special, but that's all I need. So that'll be chrome, so when that's inserted in there, that'll be flat straight across there. So that's all you'll see inside the part of the lid. But that concludes the little layout of the console. Let me know what you guys think about it, and if you got any questions or want to know where I got some of this stuff at.